Hello. Thank you for viewing our virtual Varsity Sports End of the Year presentation. In the midst of this most challenging year with all of its complications, we were so happy to be able to resume sports seasons. Despite some restrictions placed on our athletes, it was so rewarding to see them competing on the fields and courts. Although the seasons may have been abbreviated, there were still plenty of exciting moments and triumphs to celebrate. Enjoy this presentation by our varsity coaches.
Well, this season was a wild one to say the least. We came out with 4 true team practices before we jumped on the bus and headed to our first game. These girls were determined to make the most of a short COVID season. Did every game go as planned? No. However, as the year went on, the progress continued. Each and every player contributed in some fashion to our overall success.
Whether it was making big plays in the field or coming through with a big hit, some major highlights for us were not necessarily games, but were the moments. Some of those moments include naming the mascot that lives under our dugout, Bone Cheese, loud dance party bus rides, celebrating Lily Kay's home run in Granville.
And who can forget the time when there was a pass ball that hit the ump and Kylie Humps, who was catching at the time, turned around and said, you're fine, you're tough, we got ice." One of the things that I'm most proud of is our ability to put the bat on the ball. This season proved that hard work and dedication to practice both at school and at home is the key to success.
We had 6 hitters with averages of 364 or higher. Some of the highlighted averages are as follows. Lily Prevost with a 364.
Kate Lindsay with a 400.
Kylie Humiston with a 419.
Lily Kingsley with a 452.
Brianne Madison with a 556.
And our highest is Greta with a 588.
Not only are these averages impressive, but we had a good number of batters with more than one multi-base hit.
To say that we're proud is an understatement. This group of girls is not only a great group to be around, but they have proven to have heart. This season was fun, high energy, and a learning experience for all. To the seniors, Greta, Bree, and Maddie Gill, you will be missed, and we look forward to seeing where life takes you.
To the underclassmen, plan on putting in some summer, fall, and winter work to get ready for next season.
And to the parents, we want to thank you for raising such awesome kids and sharing them with us for the last few months.
We have enjoyed every minute. At this point in the year, it is our job as coaches to pick an athlete who has demonstrated leadership, effort, participation, supporting others, being respectful, coachable, and the list goes on and on.
This young lady was always willing to lend a hand to others, always worked hard through each station set up, always asked for more reps, and if there was something she was unsure about, she always asked. Her positive attitude and work ethic helped us in each and every game and practice. This year's Coach's Award goes to Katie Lindsay. Congratulations, we'll miss you.
Thanks, guys.
This past cross-country season was unlike any other that these student athletes have had. They had to deal with COVID protocols, a shortened season, quick turnaround for races, and myself, a first-year coach. This group was a pleasure to coach. The thing I'm most proud of with this group is how they treat each other as teammates. They were always encouraging each other and picking each other up, even when they might not have performed their best as individuals. They pushed each other in practice and in meets. These same qualities are what makes them excellent students and role models within the school and the community. I'd like to take a moment to recognize all members of the team. First, Carly Depew. Carly is someone who came to practice every day with the intent to improve and be a good teammate. She is someone who finished each race strong and gave her best effort. I'm looking forward to further improvement from Carly next season. Next, Erica Selinsky. Erica was recognized as a second-team Adirondack League All-Star this past season, who still has a lot of room to improve. She is someone who battled injury through part of the year, but seemed to improve with every race. Jacob Durkee. Jacob is someone who also came to practice with intent to improve, and his discipline showed as his times improved with every race. Sage Frank. Sage held a job throughout the whole season, so it made it difficult for her to make it to races. Despite that, she practiced every day with the team and was able to race in our final race of the year, placing 15th out of 33. I applaud her commitment each day, and despite only being able to race that last day of the year. Lucas Kingsley. Lucas is a high-energy athlete that always wanted to go fast. He is someone who pushes himself extremely hard each day, oftentimes leading to me asking him to pace himself more to save himself for race day. Lucas was also a second-team Adirondack League All-Star on the boys' side. Alyssa Freegard. Alyssa was our top runner on the girls' side in all races, finishing first 3 times this year. Alyssa holds herself to a very high standard and represented the Scots as a first-team All-Star of the Adirondack League. Now, I would like to take a moment to recognize 2 recipients for the Coaches Awards. First, on the boys' side, Lucas Kingsley. Lucas was honored as a second-team All-League All-Star and finished top 5 in 4 out of 6 races this season. Lucas pushes himself as hard as any athlete I have coached and never leaves anything in the tank. He is a good kid who represents our program and school district well. I look forward to coaching him next year and seeing further improvement next season. On the girls' side, our winner is Alyssa Freegard. Alyssa was new to the district this year, and I can't think of a time where it could be more difficult. Alyssa is someone who has had a lot of success in her cross-country career up to this point and was always willing to share her pointers with me and her teammates. She's the first one to congratulate her teammates and opponents at the end of a race. She is always positive in those interactions with teammates and coaches. For being new to the team and district, she fit right in, and I think I speak for everyone saying that I'm glad to have her as a part of the cross-country program in the Argyle School District. I look forward to coaching her next year. Congratulations to all student athletes here at Argyle. I look forward to seeing you all compete next year.
Hi everyone, Coach Andaberry here, just here to talk about the Fall 2 soccer season that we had. Fall 2 took place in the spring. We got fortunate that we got to play all of our games at Golden Goal, which is place turf fields up in Fort Anne. I'd like to thank the administration and Mr. Sherwin for helping us put that together, making sure we were able to play in the fall. It took a lot of work, as most of us know, to get that up and running and making sure we're all safe. We appreciate that. Also like to thank Michelle Austin for helping me keep the book and keeping track of all of that stuff for me. It was very helpful. Hopefully you'll be back next year, Michelle. We had a very good group of players this year, worked well together, and that was pretty apparent in our record. We were 7-3 overall. And even the games we lost, we were right in there with chances to win. We had, again, really good numbers. We scored 30 goals in the 10 games, 3 goals per game. That's a very good average. And just as good, maybe even better, was the defense. We gave up 7 goals in those 10 games, less than a goal a game, which is really outstanding. Defense should be proud of what they accomplished, as well as the offense here this year. We had seniors on the squad who will be leaving us, obviously, this at the end of the year here. Tyler Hummerston led the group, was one of the captains. Caleb Dennis, again, one of the seniors. Danny Lorette led the defense, which we just mentioned. Brendan Dara, and then rounding out the seniors is Matt Randalls. All played really well this year. They'll be missed for next season, and we wish them well. Finally, the Coaches Award goes to Tyler Hummerston. Not only did he score 18 goals with 4 assists, but he also was a true leader out on the field and led his team throughout the season and got everybody going. And he's been doing that for many years. So Tyler Hummerston gets the Coaches Award this year. Again, had a great season. Thanks everybody for coming out and doing what they had to do this year. And for everybody who's not a senior, I will see you in the fall. All right, take care. Have a good summer.
Hello, my name is Terry Chamberlain, and I am the girls varsity basketball coach here at Argyle Central School. This past abbreviated season was certainly a memorable one. Due to COVID, we were forced to have a shortened season, but at least we did have a basketball season for the girls to participate in. We were only allowed to field 1 team in the program to compete against a few other local schools in our league and county. With just a varsity team playing, I had the pleasure to have Jax Miller as my assistant coach this year at daily practices and our games. Instead of starting our traditional basketball season back in early November, we did not get approval to begin our season until during our winter vacation week of February 18th. With less than 2 weeks to practice, condition, and prepare, with no scrimmages and no non-league games, we started our regular game schedule on March 2nd. 11 days later, we abruptly concluded our 6-game season. As different and challenging as the basketball season was, with no parents, family, friends, spectators allowed in the gymnasium, it was still a lot of fun. I was proud of my girls' effort and desire to compete. I was proud how well they respected and followed all the challenging protocols. Wearing masks while playing, no use of the locker rooms, using hand sanitizers, spreading out in the bench area, getting their temperatures taken regularly. It was certainly different. For our traditional warm-up tops, I chose the team theme of Carpe Diem for this year's group of Lady Scots, to seize the day, to take advantage of the opportunity that presented itself, for them to work hard, support each other, bond as a team, strive for success, and most of all, have fun. I'm extremely proud of my girls' effort. We concluded our season with a 3-3 record. We averaged over 53 points per game, and our 3 losses were by only 9, 5, and 1 point. One of our most proud games was our very first game of the season. We won 61-57 over Whitehall in overtime. During that game, we found ourselves down by as many as 17 points and losing by 13 points after the third quarter. We cut the deficit to 5 points with 14 seconds remaining, and were finally able to tie it up and force overtime. One of our starters had fouled out, and we still ended up winning that overtime thriller to kick off our season. The 2020-21 Argyle Lady Scots basketball team was comprised of 11 amazing young ladies who were a pleasure to coach and work with. I would now like to introduce them. Freshman number 3, Carrie Humiston, and number 20, Reagan Humiston. Both first-year varsity players with a lot of potential, and both got their feet wet, and I expect their playing time to increase next season as sophomores. Sophomores number 12, Kylie Humiston, and number 25, Hannah Brady. Both second-year varsity players. Kylie started as a guard, and Hannah was the first post player to come off the bench, and I expect them both to be pushing for starting positions next season. Both are great kids with great potential and positive attitudes. Juniors, we had 5 of them. I'm really excited about their senior seasons. Number 4, Caitlin Lindsay, second-year varsity player, had a great season. Very quick guard, extremely athletic. Number 10, Amber French, second-year varsity player. A very hard worker, getting better every year, and playing with more confidence. Number 11, Paige Cormie, third-year varsity player. Outstanding basketball player, very athletic. Number 13, Lillian Arellano, second-year varsity player. Pleasure to have on the team. Unfortunately, due to a few circumstances, she was never able to participate in a game with us this past season. And number 23, Liliana Kingsley, a third-year varsity player. Another outstanding basketball player, another great athlete. I'm really excited about the potential of all 5 of these girls playing next year during their senior season. Lastly, that leaves us with our 2 seniors, and I am certainly going to miss them. Number 21, Brianne Madison, and number 22, Madison Gillis. Both 3-year varsity players for me, both strong and physical and hard-nosed ball players. Bree was a hustler and a very physical defender with a knack to go to the ball. She's always played taller than her 5'6" frame, always diving on the court for loose balls. She was always an intense defender and really developed into a scorer on offense too. Gilly also was always a strong physical defender and rebounder. She became stronger offensively and played with more confidence in herself and was a tough left-hander to guard. She went hard to the basket on offense with her left hand. I thank my 2 seniors for their hard work, and it has been a pleasure coaching them in the last 3 years. In closing, due to our shortened and unusual basketball season, we did not have a league or county all-star recognition this past season. I only have one award to announce at this time. That is the Coach's Award. I traditionally give this award to a deserving senior. This is always a difficult decision for me because I have been fortunate to have many deserving seniors over the years to receive this proud award. This year, I am awarding the Argyle Lady Scots Basketball Coach's Award to senior Brianne Madison. Congratulations, Bree. Thank you, everyone. Be sure to play a lot of basketball this summer. Stay safe and have a great summer. Thank you.
there, everyone. Here to talk about the spring season and the Argyle tennis team. This year's tennis team, we had 9 players that came out to play tennis this year. And only 2 of them actually had any match experience. So we're a very young team, inexperienced team, and yet everybody came out and really did a great job. We ended up being 4 and 5. We won a few matches, which was great. We had 4 players that qualified for the Adirondack League tournament, which was another good accomplishment. And in that tournament, Cole Schilling actually won the singles for the whole Adirondack League. So he was he was crowned the Adirondack League champion for singles play this year, which was a great accomplishment for Cole. He also qualified for sectionals, which was played down in Central Park in Schenectady. And Cole made it through the first couple rounds, and then he got beat in the 3rd round, which was really pretty good for Cole. If you know anything about sectionals with individual sports, they play, there's no classifications, like no D schools and C schools separated from the A's and the double A's. They all play together. So Cole was in with kids from Shenendehowa, Saratoga, Albany, all those big schools down there. And he held his own for quite a while, which was pretty impressive. Next year, he'll be even stronger when we go down there, and hopefully we'll get a couple other players to go with him. That being said, Cole earns the most, the Coaches Award this year, and Cole gets that for all the things we mentioned, and he was also a leader out on the court, oftentimes helping some of these younger players learn some of the tricks of the game here, so to speak. So look forward to seeing everybody next year. Make sure you get out on the court over the summer and in the fall as long as you can. So we're ready for spring next year and another great tennis season next spring. Okay. Have a great summer, everybody.
How's it going, everyone? Matt Stevens, head coach of the varsity basketball team here at Argyle. This year I coached alongside Josh Horton. Although it was a shortened season with the pandemic, we were just really happy to be able to get out and play again and to be able to spend some time with these guys and work on our game and just really have some fun. We only played 6 games this year, but we had a 5-1 record. It was a very successful year for us. One of those 5 wins was against a very, very good Granville team that, for whatever reason, we just couldn't get a win against in the last 5 years here. So that was a really important step for us this year. There is a lot of talent coming back. We return 4 starters next year, and a lot of underclassmen are really developing and becoming great athletes. So we're definitely very excited for the future. The next few years here is definitely going to be a bright spot for Argyle basketball, so we're looking forward to being a part of that. But I would like to take the time to, congratulate and honor our 3 seniors to this program, Tyler Humiston, Dan Lorette, and Caleb Dennis. Each of the 3 guys, extremely positive attitudes, come to work every single day and, just do all the little things that we can ask. They're great leaders. We have a few freshmen on the team this year. They took them under their wing. They helped them out. And they really just put Argyle basketball in a good spot for the future by the way they led by example. And, finally, I'd like to present our Coaches Award. This goes to a kid who, again, works hard every single day, wants to make everyone on his team better and will do anything to win. He's one of my favorite people I've ever coached. He's just a fierce competitor, and, he's going to be really, really difficult to replace on our roster next year. So this year's Coaches Award goes to Tyler Humiston. And again, can't say enough good things about this kid. He's a great athlete, and he's going to be very successful in his future. So congratulations, Tyler, and thank you guys very much. How's it going, everyone? My name is Matt Stevens. I was one of the co-coaches for the varsity baseball team this year, along with Coach Matt Lorette. We had a 4-6 record in the regular season. That got us the number 3 seed in sectionals, where we went on to win a game, which was the first sectional baseball win for Argyle in over a decade. So that's an awesome achievement for these guys. Not really having a baseball program here for a while, it was awesome to see. Some other key highlights: we did lose a sectional semifinal game to Fort Ann, but it was a 1-0 ball game, really close game. Could have went either way, and it really went down to the wire. So it was awesome to see these guys competing in such a big game. And baseball's back in Argyle a little bit. Some other key highlights: Tyler Humiston was voted to the first team All Adirondack League, and Dan Lorette was voted to the second team. Those are, really awesome honors for those guys, especially as seniors. We have a lot of good young ball players coming up through the system, but I'd like to give a shout out to our 3 seniors. Again, Dan, Tyler, and then Brendan Dara as well. Appreciate their contributions to the program over the past few years. I'd also like to present our Coaches Award for the year. There was a couple guys that could have got this one, but honestly, this kid made one of the ultimate sacrifices. He went away from his primary position. We put him behind the plate, which he hadn't really done much before in his career, and he was one of the best catchers in the league. He did a great job back there, threw out a lot of runners, and honestly gave us a chance in every game because of it. So this year's Coaches Award is going to Dan Lorette. Again, very talented and skilled baseball player, but an even better kid. Really happy to have him on the team, and it was an honor to get to coach him this year. So this is our 2021 Argyle baseball, and we're excited for the future with a lot of young players coming up.